Good morning. Today we are going to do a fully restorative class, which means that most everything that we are going to do is lying down. So we are going to start with a little bit of a warm up with the cat-cow pose, but after that we'll be on the floor. So you're going to need a blanket, you're going to need 2 blocks, you're going to need a strap, and a bolster if you have, or a pillow. So let's begin seated. So legs crossed. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Breathing in and breathing out. So connect to the breath. Close your eyes for a few breaths. Feel the chest expand with the in-breath. Feel the whole body release with the out-breath. Let your mind float without any agenda. So you're not thinking about anything in particular. You may have thoughts, they enter the mind, but you just let them come and you just let them go. Just open your eyes. Take one side of your head and let gently bring your head out to the side. Let your other arm reach toward the floor. Coming back to the center, let's do the second side. Coming back to the center. Now interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows nice and wide, and gently begin to pull your head forward. And don't force it, just let the weight of your hands pull the head forward. And gently observe the stretch starting at the base of the skull, down the upper back, and then gently begin to bring your head back up. So let's go to our mats. You start on your hands and knees. Positioning the wrist right beneath the shoulders and your knees in alignment with the hips. So let's just begin here to breathe, moving the spine into the cow position as you inhale. Exhaling into the cat position. Inhaling, cow position. Exhaling. Let's do 3 more breaths this way. Let's take 1 more breath. Take an inhale in the neutral spine. As you exhale, press your child's pose. Bring your forehead to the floor or to a block. And let's take 5 breaths here. Let your sitting bones release to the heels. Keep the arms fully extended. Keep your fingers spread. With your next inhalation, let's come back to our fours. Let's step the right foot back, and then begin to lift the leg off the floor. Breathe in here for one breath. Coming back to your hands and knees. Stepping the left foot back. Lifting the leg up. Breathing here for one breath. Coming back to your knees. Press. Stretching back to child's pose. So now you're going to take your blanket, or if you have a long pillow that you could use that. So I have here there's a bolster that I'm going to put lengthwise. So if you're using a blanket, you roll up your blanket into a tight roll. And then you're going to place it lengthwise on your mat. Okay, you're going to take your strap and open up the strap enough. Sit in front of the blanket, the rolled up blanket. You're going to take the strap, you're going to place it over your head down until it's right above the hips. Make sure the strap is open enough so that you can slide the strap underneath the feet. So pulling on the strap to make sure it's nice and tight and you support it. Scoot your sitting bones toward your feet and then begin to curl back onto the blanket. So adjust here to make sure there's no discomfort. Okay, have the feet together, the knees are spreading out. Let's extend the arms over your head to get length. Again, breathing into that stretch. And then you're going to let the arms rest by your side. So we're going to start with this recline cobblers pose to open the chest, to support the spine. So you close your eyes. And let's begin by taking an inhale and then an exhale. Concentrate on the breath moving in and moving out. Let your knees release out to the side. Now when you're in this position, if you find that it's a little bit too much stretching your groins, you have two options. You could either make two fists, place it underneath on each side of the hip joint, supporting the legs there, or you could take two blocks and place the block there. If you're comfortable here, just let the knees release away from each other. You want to let go of any tension, so you're not trying to achieve anything, you are receiving that passive pose. Notice how each breath is unique. Sometimes you may feel like taking a deeper breath. And then other times the breath is a little bit more shallow. So just observe the nature of your breath as you're reclining in that position. Again, there should be no unusual stress in your groins. So again, if by now you're feeling stressed, please either make a fist, place it on the hip joints, or just use two blocks. You should be able to relax here. Sometimes we need to take time to just do nothing. You may let your mind travel through your body, maybe feeling your spine pressing against the support of the blanket. Be present with each breath. Be present with the sensation of the breath. You may begin to feel a gentle opening in the chest. Are you fully relaxing the arms by your side? Are you concentrating on the breath? Or did your mind wander outside your mat? So the breath is unique, each breath, just like a state of mind. If we observe our mind, we notice that it's not static, it moves. It's so very interesting to observe the fluctuation of the mind. And depending on the fluctuation of the mind, it may resonate in your body. So notice if you are holding back, fully let go. Feel that space in the abdominal cavity. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. Can you breathe in and out to the nose? But if you feel like you need more of a let go feeling, you could exhale through your mouth. But always inhale to the nose. Notice the journey of the air moving in the nose, down your throat, into the lungs. Using the exhalation to let go a little bit more. Now let's take 1 more breath here. Then you're going to gently place your hands on the outside of your thighs, bring the thighs together, remove the strap. You're going to roll up. And now we're going to move the blanket and put it sideways onto the mat. Now, those of you who feel you may need some support, it should be okay for most of you, but if you have really a neck issue, you may want to use a block underneath your head. So have your block by your side, just in case you need the block. So let's begin keeping your knees bent. Drape the bottom of the shoulder blades onto the roll, and then see as you bring your head to the floor, this is when you observe whether you may need support for the head. Keep your knees bent for now. Okay, extend the arms over your head and take time to really adjust onto that roll. So now we are supporting the thoracic spine, and we're going to let the arms rest by your side. Okay, this is a different form of opening. So your sacrum is resting on the floor. Now, you may wish to extend your legs, but keep the legs a little bit separated, not too wide, just a little bit. Extend the legs strongly to the front edge of your mat, but then let your legs relax. Returning to the breath. So the breath will feel different now. Give your body time to release into this opening. Concentrating the mind on the breath. Relaxing the navel toward the spine. Observe as your body begins to receive that passive position. Observing where your mind is. Is the mind still concentrating on what you are doing? So now you're going to bend your knees and you can roll to your side to come up. We're going to move the blanket, and you don't have to change the blanket. You keep it rolled up this way, and you're going to have your strap. So you're going to lie down with the blanket underneath your sacrum. So starting with the knees bent, we're going to do side stretch. So you're going to take your strap, you're going to place it around the ball of the foot. Now elevating the shin bones give you maybe a little bit room to stretch the leg, the right leg. So bring the leg toward you as much as you can without forcing. So if you feel a stretch in your calves and in your hamstring, is the right place to feel it. Okay, let the heel, your right heel reach toward the ceiling as the toes reach toward your head. Continue to breathe into the stretch. Can you surrender your right leg to the stretch? And now we're going to flow a little bit. So you slide your hand down the strap a bit more if it was up high, and then begin to stretch your leg forward. Not to the floor, just forward. And then bring the leg back up. Stretch the leg forward. Bring the leg back up. Let's do that one more time. Now you're going to hold on to the strap a little higher. And just bring your leg out slightly to the side. Let your left knee move out to the side as well. Just don't force it. You're not trying to bring your right foot to the floor. Let's flow back to the center. Bending your knee. We're going to switch to the other side. Bring your left knee in, place the strap around the ball of the foot. And pull that leg toward you. So you know, you should feel a stretch, but it should not be unbearable. And as you're holding the position, you notice that maybe you just begin to release and you're able to maybe bring your leg a little closer to your head. You breathe here into the leg. Pressing your left heel toward the ceiling, spreading your toes so you broaden the sole of your foot. And now slide your hand down the strap more as you slowly bring your leg forward and bring the leg back up. Bringing the leg forward. Bring the leg back up. Let's do this one more time. Keep the foot engaged. Now work your hand a little bit higher on the strap and bring your leg out to the side. Let the right knee move out to the side as well. Let's just breathe here. And bring the leg back to the center. Letting go of the strap. Bending the knees. Now move the blanket so that your sacrum now is on the floor. You're lying flat on the floor. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together and now let the side of your thighs rest on the blanket. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Let the arms rest by your side, away from the body. Close your eyes. Let's return to the breath. Let the weight of your thighs release onto the blanket. Now you may want to connect a little bit more to the breath. Place your hands on your belly. Keep the belly relaxed. So you're breathing without effort. We're not trying to take a deep breath. We're not trying to take a shallow breath. We're just observing, becoming a witness to the breath. And slowly bring your knees toward each other. Roll to your side. Move the blanket. Coming up to your hands and knees. Observing now the difference in your body as you move in your spine to the cat-cow pose. Now we're going to round the back and go deeper into that rounded back and take a breath here. Spread the back muscles. As you inhale, let's come back into the cow position. Exhaling into cat. Again, holding the cat. Pressing the navel in. Let's inhale to the cow position. Exhale to cat. Press back to child's pose. Bringing your sitting bones toward the heels. Stretching the arms so that the elbows are off the floor. Letting your forehead release. Continue to breathe through your back. And inhaling, coming back up. So we're going to go back, lying down on the floor, but this time with no blankets, just lying flat on the floor and having a strap. Lying down, legs together. Let's start by bringing the right knee in. Keep the left leg extended. And then begin to rotate the right thigh into the hip socket. So let's do 5 movements in one direction. Make the movement slow and controlled. And now let's switch into the other direction. Giving your sacrum a little massage. And just keep the knee in. Pull your knee in. Try not to press too much on the knee. If you can hold just below the knee, it's better for your knee. Keep the elbows open and begin to lift your forehead toward your knee. You're holding there. Keep the elbows up. Breathing into the space. And then slowly release down to the floor. Let's extend the right leg. Bring the left knee in. Holding on to your knee with your left hand. Begin to rotate the thigh into the hip socket. Just be present as you do this movement. And then back to the center, we're going to change the direction. And then holding on to your, right below the knee, pull your head up, hold there, keep the elbows elevated. And then slowly release down to the floor and stretch both legs out. So we're going to do the hip opening again, lying flat on the floor. So you're going to place a strap around the ball of the foot. Now, if you can, leave your left leg extended. If this is hard for you to stretch the right leg, then you can bend your left knee. But I'm only demonstrating with the leg extended, so but you can choose. So again, taking time to release the back of your leg. So release into the stretch. And keep your left hand right on the on top of your left thigh. That's to remind you to keep the left sitting bone rooted to the floor as you bring your leg out to the side. So you will control the movement so that your sacrum stays even on the floor. So this is not about bringing your right foot to the floor. You should always stabilize the shoulders, feel the shoulder blades pressing evenly from side to side. Now slowly bring the leg back to the center. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Bring the strap a little bit, the leg a little bit across. Just enough that you feel that IT band responding. So you're not trying to bring your leg all the way across. Come back to the center. Let's repeat this movement. Bring your leg out to the side. Concentrate on maintaining that equal weight beneath the right sitting bones and the left sitting bone. Right shoulder, left shoulder. It's a little bit of a difference, but you try to minimize the difference. Bring your leg back to the center. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Bring your leg just to the opposite shoulder. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Hold on with your right hand. Bring your leg out to the side. Bring your leg back to the center. Hold on with your left hand. Bring your leg slightly across. Come back to the center. Give your knee a hug. And now stretch your right leg, stretch your arms over your hand. Take a moment here to feel your right side. Maybe you feel your right leg is a little longer than the left leg. Take a nice, slow, even breath. And with your next exhalation, bring your left knee in, place the strap around the ball of the foot. Again, you can keep the right leg extended on the floor, or you can keep the knee bent if that's really too hard for you to maintain the stretch in the left leg. Now, the opponent leg is the left leg right now. But at the same time, you want that right leg to root to the floor. So let's bring the left leg out to the side. Keep stabilizing your pose by using the right leg. Now bring the leg back to the center. Hold on to the strap with your left hand and bring your leg slightly across. So there's a little bit of a lift of the left sitting bones, but you try again to minimize that so you're not fully lifting. Let's go back, bring the leg out to the side using the strap with your left hand. Keep the right sitting bone rooted to the floor. Bring your leg back to the center. Again, bring your leg across. Bring your leg out to the side. I guess we're going to do it just one more time. Bring the leg slightly across. And bring your leg out to the side. Back to the center. Bending your knee, give your knee a hug. And extend both legs, stretching arms over your head. Pause there. In fact, bring the arms by your side and just pause here. Let your legs relax and see, do you feel a little bit more relaxed than you did at the beginning of class? As these muscles happy to release. Let's take one more deep breath here. Now bending your knee, plant the feet. Okay, we're going to do pigeon on the back. And we're going to stay a little bit with each position of the pigeon. So the first position is bringing the right ankle onto your knee. Now pause long enough to stabilize the sacrum again. Feel your left foot connecting to your mat and let that right knee release away from you. So it's not very easy to really keep an even sensation between the right and left of your sacrum, so you may want to shift your weight to the left a little bit and then maintain that, bring your knee back to center. So we do that first stage on the second side, placing your left ankle over your knee. And you just observe that on one side it's easier, it's maybe easier to keep right and left side of the sacrum pressing evenly to the floor. I know for me, that side is easier than the other side. Just observe that. And says the weight has a tendency to come toward the bent knee. Shift your weight a little bit to the right, and then recenter yourself, maintaining the right side pressing to the floor. And then onto your legs. Now you're going to bring your right knee in, and you're going to hold on underneath your leg. And if you can grab your foot, I know it is not accessible to everyone, just hold on to your leg this way. Grab your heel and begin to move. So this is a movement from the hip, not from the knee. Right? So you bring the knee up, and then you bring the leg, the knee back toward the midline. And just pause there. This is a big stretch in the glutes and the hamstring. And just breathe into that stretch. And then slowly come back to the center. We're going to do the second side. So you bring the left knee in, you hold on underneath your calves. You move the knee out, and then you move from the hip, bring your knee back toward the midline, holding on to your heel with your right hand. Breathing into that stretch. Coming back to the center. Now we're going to go into the second stage of the pigeon pose. So third stage really. You place your ankle over your left knee. You're going to bring your left knee toward you, hold on underneath your knee. And just pause there. Let the left leg rest into your hand. So feel the weight of your leg. At the same time, see, can you move the right knee toward the center of the room? Now stretch your left leg straight up to the ceiling. And now hold on to your right leg and lower your left leg all the way down to the floor. Continue to bring that right knee toward the midline. Can you find some release into the stretch? And then slowly release. Stretch both legs, bring your arms over your head. Now let's press the left ankle over the right knee. Hold on underneath your right knee as you let the leg rest in your hand. So you feel the weight of your thigh in your hand. So sometimes we give the direction to pull the knee in. In this case, I don't want you to do that right now. Just let the weight of your thigh rest in your hand. And then slowly begin to stretch your right leg straight up to the ceiling as you slide your arm underneath the left leg, moving your knee toward the center, lower your right leg to the floor. Give your body a chance to release into the space. And And then slowly stretch your legs, stretch your arms over your head. You're going to bend your knees, planting the feet firmly to the floor. Slide your arms by your side. Root the feet. And then lift your hips up. So now we're going to take a block. You're going to use the block on the medium height. Place the block underneath your sacrum. You're going to place your right ankle over your left knee. And then bring the knee in. So now you're keeping your hands by your side. So you're not doing, everything is internal. You're using your mind to guide the body into position. You can also extend the left leg up as you do that. Breathing into the space. And then slowly coming back to the neutral position. Okay, let's place the left ankle over your right knee and bring the right knee toward you and mentally move the left knee to the center of the room. And if you feel like it, you can just extend the right leg up, hold that. And then slowly coming back to the neutral position. Pause here, pressing the feet down. Can you lift off the block a little bit? Breathing here. And then slowly release onto the block. Keep the thighs rotating in, lifting. And releasing. Let's do that one more time, lifting. Now we move the block and release all the way down to your mat. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms over your head. Keep your left arm up, bring your right knee in, and bring the foot on the inside of your left leg, and then bring your right arm back up. 3 pose on your back. Same thing here, you feel the weight shifted to the right. Notice that. Concentrate on pressing the opposite side to the ground. You may observe there's some resistance. It's not so easy to fully let go. So can you let your knee drop to the side, the right knee drop to the side. Breathing into the stretch. Imagine that you are standing on your left leg. And then slowly stretch your right leg out. Keep the right arm extending over your head. Bring your left knee in. Press the foot on the inside of your right leg. Extend both arms over your head. Then press that foot against the inner thigh. Root the the right ceiling bone to the floor. Again, notice if you're holding the knee up, let the knee release. Don't force anything, but don't hold back. Be with your breath. And slowly extend your left leg. Keep the arms extended. And now bring your arms by your side. Bend your knees. Bring the sole of the feet together. And let the knees release out. Again, returning to cobblers pose. Now we're not using any props. However, if you need your hands underneath your hips joint, then you put your fists there. Okay. Now let the knees release away from each other. Keep your hands on your belly, connecting to the breath there as you inhale and exhale. And then let's bring the knees on each other, roll onto your side. Let's come back to our hands and knees. So revisiting the poses a few times after you do different position, you may notice the pose feels different. So you want to breathe in into the cat position, into the cow position. Exhale, round your back into cat. Inhaling. And exhaling. Pressing back to child's pose. Breathing in to the back, to the side body. And then let's go back onto your backs for a floor twist. Lower yourself to the mat. Bring your right knee in. You're going to hold on to your knee with your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. So before you bring the knee across, don't bring the knee across yet. Hold on to your knee and root the right shoulder to the floor. So now as you bring your knee across, don't go fast. Do it slow enough and don't lift the right shoulder off the floor. So you may not go as far as you used to. So keeping that right arm extending out. Once you find that place where they reach your maximum twist, let's breathe into the back. Just give it a time to your body to release into the twist. Slowly returning to the center. Extending your leg on the floor, bending your left knee in. Hold on to your knee with your right hand. Bring the left shoulder pressing to the floor. And you want to move from that shoulder. You want to move like lifting very fast. So begin to bring the knee across Keep extending to your left arm, keeping that shoulder down on the floor. You go to a place that you reach your maximum without lifting the shoulder, and you breathe here. So you may notice that doing restorative movement really takes a lot of patience. We want to train our mind to be present with the breath, with the action in our body. And then slowly come back to the center. Stretching both legs, stretching the arms over your head. Now bend your knees. We're going to take our blocks again. Place the block underneath your sacrum on a medium height. You want to root the feet, lift the chest, open the chest. So the back of your head is touching the floor, but the shoulders are very light on the floor if they are on the floor. You're pressing your elbows down and see how much can you lift there. Press the feet down, press the back of your head. So now only your feet, your arms and the back of your head are touching the floor. Breathing here into the chest. And then stretch the spine back down, bring your knees in, and stretch your legs up. So let the legs float into space. So the legs are extended, but they're not really stretching very much, unless of course you are very, very tight, and then you may feel that it may be hard for you to keep the legs fully extended. So if this is you, it's okay to have the knees slightly bent, but every so often you want to see, can I extend my legs? So what we're going to do, you're going to keep the left leg extended. You're going to bend your right knee, you're going to stretch the knee forward until your toes touch the floor. Try not to disturb the left leg this up. Bring your knee back up. Let's do the second side. So you're stretching the knee forward, tapping the floor, coming back up. Let's do that again on the first side. Bring the knee in first. That's it. And then move the knee forward until the foot comes to the floor. Bring the knee back up. Extend the leg back up. Left knee in. Don't disturb the right leg. Stretch your leg, your knee forward. Bring your knee back up. And stretch your legs up. Now you may want to repeat that on this side, or you may decide maybe you could do it with both legs. So bring your knees in and begin to stretch the knees forward. Keep your feet together so that when you touch the floor, you touch the floor at the same time with both feet, and then come back up. Let's do this again. Stretch it forward. Again, you can do it one leg at a time. And back up. Let's do this one more time. Now plant the feet totally. Stretch your right leg. Pause there. Feel the wonderful opening on the right side. And then switch to the other leg. Keep that right knee in alignment with the hip. Switch to the other leg. Bring both knees into your chest. And stretch your legs up to the ceiling and then close your eyes for a couple of breaths. Let your legs float. So notice that you don't have to use your muscles anymore. You're just moving into gravity. Experiencing the body without any effort. So for some of you, you may want to do that the next move with one leg at a time. So I'm going to start first one leg at a time. You're going to extend the arms over your head. You're going to stretch your right leg down. And you're going to stretch your left leg down. Reach forward with the heels. You're going to bring the right leg up. And bring the left leg up. So let's do that on the second side. Left leg come down to the floor. Right leg come down to the floor. Rolling the thighs in. Left leg come back up. Right leg come back up. Again, enjoy that. Pause here. Let the arms rest. Shoulder height. In a surrender position. Fully relax the legs. Then you're going to bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the floor, lift your hips up, remove the block. We're going to set up for Shavasana. Place the bolster or your blanket underneath the upper thigh. It's just for 5 breaths here. You're going to close your eyes. Fully letting go. Hopefully you feel a sense of well-being in your body after that's the work that we've done. With each exhalation, release deeper into the floor. Melt the tension away. With each breath, go deeper into the letting go. So I don't want you to move. I want you to stay lying down even after this video ends. You can, as you're lying there, you can, as you take a deep breath in, exhale with a silent Om. Three times. You can bend your knees, roll to your side. Thank you for joining me this morning. Always surrender to yourself, bowing to yourself with gratitude. Namaste.